On today's episode of In the Shop with Emily, I rip out the old air conditioning system out of the engine bay of the Bronco. I learned a new skill. Aaron says a bunch of funny stuff. And somehow, I get owned by a power steering bracket. Good morning to you. We are gonna get some work done on the Bronco today, and we're real stoked about it. Last night we came out here, we made a list of all the things that we need to do before we crank it, which was longer than we thought. We thought we were pretty close. It's Sunday right now, and it was Saturday night. We're like, man, tomorrow we can have that thing cranked. Maybe not so much, especially because today is Mother's Day, and we're gonna go spend half the day with Aaron's family. So we have half a day to shoot and wrench. You guys will come along with us. Right now I'm getting ready to bring all of our coolant system around and unbox it. We got an awesome radiator and fans from Cold Case, and we're gonna look at all that stuff. And then my next mission will be to rip out all of the factory AC, because we are not gonna use it. In the summertime we have the doors off and the top off, and if we put the hard top on in the winter, we're not gonna be using the AC. So we're gonna take all that junk out from inside the engine compartment, clean it up. Hopefully I can get all that done, and Aaron's gonna install the water pump. We'll see how much work we get done before we go leave for Mother's Day stuff. Right, Aaron?
Yeah, do you want me to turn this mic on? I'm teasing.
Okay. I was like, are you freaking serious? I do that, you guys. Quite frequently I do that. You turd bird. My face was like, okay, let's get the coolant stuff out. Cold Case aluminum radiator. Speaking of fins, I don't want to hurt my fins. Shroud. And all the hardware. Don't worry, it's not actually blue. It's this protective film. So last night, as Aaron was working on our list, I put on these spark plug organizers. I think they look pretty good. I still want to lift them up off of the valve cover, but it looks better. Excited about that. First AC line loose. Got it. One of them at least. So because my fittings aren't rusted up, I'm not going to grab my normal PB Blaster, which is the penetrant. I'm gonna try instead the MultiMax, which is a lubricant. I know this stuff works great, but it might be just as easy to remove the whole thing as one piece. We shall see. Water pump's going in.
Oh yeah, shiny new water pump. Well, it was shiny, then I painted it. We lost all of our bolts. I don't know if that's ever happened to you guys, so we have new ones. So I got this pump at O'Reilly's this morning. This is what they sent me as mounting gaskets. That is for a small block Chevy, so they're useless. Luckily I have this one in a box over there. Let's see if it'll fit. There we go, that's the right gasket.
One of the interesting things that we did with this engine swap, we put the 5.0 HO motor out of the Fox body into the Bronco, but we wanted to leave the factory style accessories. So we bolted on the original front cover so that we have the original water pump and we can do the original location for the alternator, and
Proceed.
all of the accessories will be factory location as for the 74 Bronco. 73, 74.
73.
73 Bronco, or Love is a 74. I always get those confused.
That's right. Those might be a little bit long. We'll find out. We're just going to space these out until we can get the hardware store and get some bolts that actually fit it, because we want to get some progress made.
Time for the crank pulley.
Okay.
Nice work, Aaron.
Torqued.
Torque to spec.
You didn't hear it pop? It was in my elbow.
Yeah,
over
we
here.
heard it.
It snapped.
Yeah.
Cool. Let's throw this one on. Looks like our belts line up. That's good news.
Alternator's going back on. Someone's being very lazy. As usual. Now we're moving on to the power steering pump. We are using our factory bracket, but we have a new pump, and I'm going to learn how to use the puller. Is it a puller?
It's a puller and it's a pusher.
It's a pusher and a puller. Pusher and a puller and a puller and a pusher. I'm gonna learn how to use this tool. Aaron's gonna teach me. Maybe you'll learn something, or maybe you'll just laugh at me while I learn. Well, let's do it. All right.
Are you ready?
I do believe so.
If you've never done this before and you don't have this tool, that's totally fine, because most of your stores like AutoZone, O'Reilly's, Napa, they'll have these tools and you go pay for them, use the tool, then you take it back and they give you your money back. Kind of a free rental type situation. So first thing we're going to need to do is, this is going to be puller. Those two pieces. So hold that there.
Okay.
So let's check this real quick. That's what we want.
Okay.
So you're gonna put that there and then slide the sleeve over. Okay, now a wrench here and a ratchet here. A lot of people will use impacts with their pulleys, and I have been guilty of it, but I really don't like to, because it's just hard on those threads.
I can tell it would be easier if it was bolted up to the engine.
Mm-hmm. It's tight because there's no bolt. Holds it on, you know, it's just pressed
It's just
on.
pressed, yeah.
It's coming. This is why people put an impact on it.
Mm-hmm.
And that may not be a terrible idea. I just
I need leverage for sure.
hate being hard on my tools. Let me get some PV for the threads there.
Okay.
There's a reason I decided that she needed to learn how to do this.
Clearly. I was like, no, babe, you're on a roll. You got the water pump on, you got the pulleys on. Why don't you just do this, make it faster? Because it always takes longer when I do stuff, especially when I'm learning.
And I said, no, it's really important. You need to know that skill. A lot of people don't know how to do that. So I get to hold it and she gets to work. It's heard her shoulder pop.
I know. I'm falling apart. Goodness.
Let's let me feel it, because you're pushing really hard and I don't want to have it in the bind.
I'm pushing really hard.
Just the way it is.
There we go. Victory.
Goodness.
Man, oh man. I'm going to take the bracket off of the old power steering pump and clean it and paint it and get it all spiffy for the new one. All right, there's our bracket. Next you see us, we'll be installing it on our new pump and putting our new pulley on the pump. 110% shameless plug, because we are so grateful to work with PB Blaster on Flying Sparks Garage. We've used this stuff for years and now they're a partner company. Be sure to grab yourself some MultiMax synthetic lubricant. It works just as amazing as the classic PB Blaster, and the Pro Straw feature is so rad. It's got a dial on the back where you can make it spray very slowly or a heavier spray, and when the straw is totally collapsed, it sprays from the front from this trigger. Such a cool design. Huge thanks to PB Blaster for being a partner and helping make all these episodes possible. It's good stuff, y'all. I've been on the mission of trying to figure out how to bolt this power steering pump up. We have all the right stuff, I just have to figure out which bolts go where. I know this stud goes into the head and down through this bracket and into this one, and I have the right nut, amazingly. I just have to take it over to the engine now and figure out which water pump bolts I have to take out to mount this end of the bracket up so I can get it all bolted up and ready to go. Not to worry, I heard you guys loud and clear a few episodes ago when I was using this lovely battery here for storage for my tools. I have also arced tools across terminals and sprayed sparks into my own face, and yet I still do it. But I'm going to try to be better because the awesome folks at GripMat hooked us up. Hold on. How's this one? That's pretty good. Is that making you guys feel better? It's good, right? Okay. Okay. I don't know what bolts we're gonna use out of those, but I've been looking at the manual here. I looked online. It is actually hard to find factory pictures of the accessories bolted up, so I just quit searching online and grabbed this. I just need to start tinkering with it. Okay, yes, it bolts right to those two water pump bolts, and then looks like this would be our ticket right here. This is where the stud goes through the head. Yeah, I think that's it. I'll start with this stud. Okay, that's nice and tight in the head now. I've been searching for a spacer to go right there between the head and this bracket because I see in my picture that we have a little spacer there. We're supposed to have a little spacer. So that could be the reason that I feel like this bolt is way too far out. It's not touching or anything, there's plenty of room between it, but I just don't like how far out it comes. It doesn't look right to me. So I was looking over at the alternator, and Aaron's got a spacer right here on this one that I feel like is probably it. He's got one spacer here and then a fatter spacer that doesn't really look like it fits with this. It looks more like it would go here with the size of this bracket. So I think I'm gonna pull this bolt out. Hopefully this bolt isn't too long, and that's why he put that spacer there. I'm wondering if our belts will still line up. We've got 3 ribs on this crank pulley, so hopefully I can take this little guy out and put him over here, and this belt will still align. I guess we'll have to cross that bridge when we get there if the belt doesn't align. So let's switch that over. I'm gonna just do a little hokey pokey here. Hokey pokey. Alrighty. Pretty sure that was made to be right there. I could be wrong. Could most definitely be wrong. That looks good too. Just enough room for a nut. The problem I had pulling this off is the back of the alternator hit the head whenever I just used this one spacer, which is probably what Aaron ran into. So I went and cut a spacer that was the same size as this spacer in hopes that it would get it to the right thickness for the alternator. We may still have belt issues and it may be my fault, but we'll see. Let's get this other bracket on. Ooh, look y'all. Both mounting points on the water pump are tight, so I take my pump and I push it all the way back onto my spacer here, and there's a gap here between the 2 brackets on the stud. I'm not real sure how to achieve greatness on this particular job. I'm gonna need to do some research and get Aaron's opinion on how we should move forward. It's almost like that second bracket is too far forward because there's now not enough threads to even get a lock washer and a nut on the end of that stud. And also in the repair manual, it says that it's installed with a bolt. So I'm not so sure I should try and move forward before some research. So the adventures continue in Flying Sparks Garage. Y'all stay safe. Be sure to subscribe, hit that bell notification, like this video, and comment. Thank you guys so much for watching. We will be back soon with more Bronco action. See you next time.